What's up, dude? I'm just hanging out, playing some games. Diablo's pretty hard. What's up, one inch? How you doing, man? Ugh. Damn. Oh, really? You got the arcade board? That's pretty cool. Hey, my brother used to love playing this growing up. It's so different from the NES versions, you know? The Genesis version of this is pretty good, actually. Oh yeah, you know, that's right. There is a Link's port. And this is actually one of the games that was I was gonna get a Lynx when I was a kid. Me and my cousin and my brother were all gonna get Atari Lynxes. And this is one of the games that I was like, oh my god, I have to have this game. And then my cousin betrayed us all and went and got a Game Gear. And so then I got a Game Gear. And I never got a Lynx. To this day, I still have never owned a Lynx. What was funny is, like, my cousin had already bought some games for the Lynx. He bought Blue Lightning and I think it's called Electro Cop. I think it was the name of the game. And since he bought a Game Gear, he gave me those cartridges. And then I ended up getting a Game Gear too. So I had those cartridges for many, many years before I ended up selling them. But I never got a Lynx. One of these days, I would like to have a Lynx. It would be, I think, it would be the great completion to my Atari collection. I need an Atari Lynx and an Atari ST. And then I think I'm done. I have the whole Atari shebang. But I don't know. I'm not in any hurry to do it, you know. I mean, maybe I should be, but I'm not. God knows how long the Lynxes will actually hang around before they all die. Game Gear had way more game. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, it was a Master System. And I don't regret getting a Game Gear. I think that was actually probably the better choice for a lot of reasons. But it would have been cool, I think, to have that Lynx. I played some Lynx games on emulators, but it's, you know, that's not the same. Whoa, what the hell is up with that? That's weird. Okay. Am I supposed to get on the trees or something? Okay. Crap. Oh, I see. You gotta swing from that. Oh my god, I hate doing this because I'm terrible at this. I can't ever figure this out. There, I made it. Somehow. Come on, man. I gotta do all, oh, I got, okay. I thought it was gonna make me do all that again. Can I get up there? Yes. Damn it. Ah. Yeah, most people really only did have the Nintendo ones because, you know, the Game Gear was a lot more expensive and it wasn't as popular, easy to find. You know, the Game Boy was way cheaper. TurboGrafx, the Turbo Express was ridiculously expensive and you couldn't find it. They didn't have it anywhere. That was the dream, of course, to have a Turbo Express. That was the dream. But that never happened. Not for me. I have a Game Gear now that I bought off of eBay a couple years ago, really cheap. The original Game Gear that I had, I gave to my little brother, and he had it for many, many years. I think he actually took it with him to Iraq when he went to Iraq. It was really cool. I don't really play the Game Gear much, but it's cool once in a while to break it out, and I like to just play some columns or something, you know. I got a bunch of Game Gear games, but I play the same games usually over and over. I still don't understand the principle of a ninja dressing in a white outfit. It seems very counterintuitive to being a ninja. I'm just saying. I mean, if you're sneaking around in the snow, that's one thing. But just on the streets, or, you know, at night, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Come on, guys. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, you're a ninja, right? What are you doing? What are you doing with the white clothes on? Come on. What's your favorite Ninja Gaiden game out of all of them? NES, arcade, the different consoles, the newer versions that aren't anything like this, you know, the 3D Ninja Gaiden games. Which one's your favorite one out of all of them? Doesn't even have to be necessarily the best one, just your favorite one. Man, there's a bunch of these guys. Probably have to say 1 on NES. Ninja Gaiden 2 for NES. Yeah, my favorite is Ninja Gaiden 2 on the NES, for sure. I just love that game. I love Ashtar, you know, that whole aesthetic, the opening cinematic, the improvements they made where you have the ghosts, you know, the ghost ninjas and the improved weapons. I felt like Ninja Gaiden 2 was extremely well polished. Ninja Gaiden 3 was okay too. It had some pretty cool stuff, but I don't know, it just seemed kind of like not as good as 2. Although graphically it did do some really cool stuff. It definitely pushed the NES. The Master System ones are great. Yeah, you're right. The music could be better. The music could be better, but it's Master System, so whatever. But no, yeah, I was really surprised how good the Master System one is. I wish that would have come out in the United States. Not that anybody would have played it. Nobody in the freaking whole country even knew what the damn Master System was. To this day, people don't even really understand that system. I was talking to John, my, retro bro, about the Master System the other day. Because I was telling him, he was thinking about getting an EverDrive for his Genesis. And I was telling him, if you get a Mega EverDrive, you can play Master System games on your Genesis as well as Genesis games, because they'll run just fine. And he was like, well, he's like, I don't really understand. He goes, explain to me what the power base converter does, because I always thought the power base converter was something you had to have to play Master System games. So, I was telling him, I mean, you guys probably know that all that hardware's inside the Genesis already, except for the reader for the card games. The cartridge slot is literally just a cartridge, pin adapter. The only reason to have the power base converter is so you can have full compatibility with everything. I told him, I was like, yeah, dude, you can play all the Master System games on your Genesis. And if you go buy yourself a zapper, a Master System light gun, you can play all those light gun games too on your CRT. So hopefully he does it, because I think he'll have a really good time, because there's so many good Master System games. Ninja Gaiden 3, they ruined the North American release. The Japanese version has totally different monster layout. It's way better. Really? Dude, thank you for telling me that. I have never played the Japanese version of Ninja Gaiden 3. I owned the NES version back when it came out, and I played it quite a bit. I don't think I ever beat it, but I think maybe I did beat it. Now that I'm remembering, yeah, I think I did beat it. But no, I never played the Japanese version. TurboGrafx was available in Radio Shack, but Master System wasn't available anywhere around me. Yeah, it was tough to get. By the way, there is a Ninja Gaiden on the TurboGrafx also. Now that you said that, it's PC Engine. It has some strange background animations. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But it's a pretty good, like, other than that, it's a pretty good upgrade over the NES original. What do you think about the those Super Nintendo remakes that they did, the Ninja Gaiden trilogy game? What do you think about that? Is that a good way to play? Because I've never played them on the Super Nintendo. I mean, I played them, but I never played through them, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I rented that cartridge back in the day, and I played the ROM, but I never really put any time into it. Because to me, Ninja Gaiden was NES, you know? I don't know if you guys have played those or not. Graphically inferior to NES versions. Really? That's interesting. Missing some of the parallax scrolling. Ooh, that's unforgivable, to be honest. That's ridiculous. No, eating paste, you're 100% right. I agree with you. That is a big issue. That's kind of a deal breaker, because the parallax scrolling is one of the great things about the Ninja Gaiden games. They put a lot of attention to the graphical presentation, and that's why the NES Ninja Gaidens are really the best Ninja Gaidens. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, there are other good ones. Of course, we were just talking about the Master System and all that. But yeah, the NES Ninja Gaidens 1 and 2 especially. 3 is really good too, though. I'm not saying 3 is bad. And 3, it does do some cool stuff. It has the digitized speech when you use your sword, which, I don't know, whatever. You can do without that, I guess, but it is kind of cool. But there's some really good animations in the backgrounds and on the enemies and stuff like that. They changed some of the style for the cinematics, for the way the ninja looks and everything, but it still looks pretty cool. It just looks a little bit cartoony. I don't know if that's the right word, but it looks different. It looks cool though. But I remember being a little bit taken back because it looks so different. Because Ninja Gaiden 2 is really an evolution of Ninja Gaiden 1, but Ninja Gaiden 3 kind of changes things up a little bit. Yeah, you're really unimpressed by the Super Nintendo ports? Man, I hate to hear that. You would think, you know, having that opportunity to really beef up the games, that they would take advantage of that and really do a good job. But, yeah, I don't know. They did that with Super Mario All-Stars, too. Most people say they don't really... I mean, I got one of my friends that actually prefers those over the NES Mario games. And I can see that. I can see why he says that. But to me, Mario is NES, you know. The NES style is really the NES. That's the games. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the Super Mario All-Stars it's cool. It's like new versions of Mario games, but it's not the same. I wanted to really like the one with on the Xbox when it came out, but I couldn't get into them. They're really hard. I have Ninja Gaiden Black, or I used to have it for original Xbox. I never had an original Xbox, but it's backwards compatible on the 360, so I played it that way. And I played Ninja Gaiden Sigma, and I thought it was okay. I had one of them for the Vita for a while. And right now I have Ninja Gaiden 3, I think, for the Wii U. And I played it a little bit, but not too far. And it was really good. It was really good. They're just really nothing like the old Ninja Gaiden games. They just have the name Ninja Gaiden. They're really nothing like those games, though. NES Marios have that distinct movement, yeah. Come on, guys. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying they're bad. I hope I'm not coming across like I'm saying they're bad. They're just different, you know? Sometimes it's just a matter of preference, you know? It's not necessarily that one is better necessarily or worse, so much as it is just different, and it can affect the way we feel about it. Small differences sometimes can be a big deal. Wow, look at that background. Oh, man. Man, these guys. You ever play as 2-player? Pretty cool. Oh. Come on. Damn it. Oh my god, I get all the way back there and then I die again. Maybe I can do it better if I get up here. maybe not. Come on. Get up there. Damn it. Ugh. Wow, I didn't even make it over there. Sheesh. Come on, guys. Damn it. Come on, man. What the hell, man? Man, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can. I can't even get to them. It's like ridiculous. on, man. Oh, what's up, Chris? How you doing? Not sure if anyone mentioned this earlier, but the arcade version of Ninja Gaiden has always reminded me of the first Double Dragon. Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. It's definitely a lot of similar things going on. Ugh. Come on, get over here. There we go. Oh boy. Well, that's better than I've done. I don't think I can do better than that, though. It's about as good as I'm gonna get. Create interrupt save data. So you can do save states in this. Okay, you know what? That's fine. We'll do that. See if I can get over there, create a save state. Come on, man. I have to get over there to them, though. Come on, man. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Man, I have this on like easy mode too. That's what's really annoying. Look at this. I have this on easy. Come on, man. Cut me some slack. Yeesh. Get up there. Once they start hitting you, you're screwed. There's nothing you can do. They just keep hitting you. God. Alright, I give up. I can't do this. It's just too hard. Well, the problem is, like, you can put all the quarters in the world, but it's going to start you over every single time. So, there's no way to do it. I mean, there is, but I'm not good enough to do it. It's still really cool, though. I bet there's a way to cheat or something. I mean, I'm already kind of cheating. I put it on easy mode. And it's fairly easy up until that point. And then it's like, you know, that's what they used to do in all these old games, man. You get to the last stage and then it's like, they screw you over. You know, it's like, okay, so now if you die, you have to start the whole stage over, you know? And that's something that I know that they did that in Aero Fighters 2. I was playing that on Neo Geo the other night. Same thing with that game. And Nom 75 does something similar as well at the last boss. There's several games like that where they'll make it to where, like, the last boss is just it's not that the boss is necessarily that hard, it's that when you continue, it sends you all the way back. But that's a fun game. Like I said, there is a Genesis version of this, and the Genesis version is actually pretty good. I don't know if it's a completed game or if it was one of those like beta games that never got finished, but it's still pretty good. I played the ROM of it. Yeah, it's not a Ninja Gaiden game if it doesn't fuck you when you die at the very end. That is the truth. That's what Gaiden means in Japanese. Fucked at the end. I mean, probably not. You know, I can't back that up. But I feel like that's what it means. There's a sign on the wall that says Top... Is that Top Gun? There's a bunch of signs that say that. I don't know. Or Top Gen. That's probably what it is. Top Gun. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, when you play two-player here, your second player has that orange outfit. And then on Ninja Gaiden 2, when you get the ghost ninjas, they're orange. I thought that was really cool that they did that. Yeah, this was sick as hell in the arcade. I remember when we first came across this and it was like, holy crap, because it just was so different from any, you know, from the NES games, and just, you know, just really cool. That was the great thing about the arcade, was they would just experiment and put out these games, and some of them were just wild, and they had their own, you know, they didn't have to like work within the constraints of a specific console or something, so they would have very unique graphics, very unique sound and music and everything. It's cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I wish there was a way I could just cheat. Just like invincibility, just to go through the game. playing this 2-player can get annoying with all the sound effects. Yeah, imagine, especially in an arcade. That was the other thing about the arcade. You guys remember, it was so loud in the arcade, and all these different competing games with all their different sound effects just blazing as loud as they possibly could. It was crazy. There was really nothing like it, though. I mean, it was like, it was amazing. You know, it was a lot, you know, the sound and everything, but man, when you went to an arcade, you felt like every time I went, you would walk in and your eyes would be as big as dinner plates because you would just be trying to take it all in and look at every game. I would always walk the whole arcade all the way around because almost every arcade I've ever been in has like this horseshoe shape, you know, where you can walk in and go all the way to the back and then go around the backside and then come back the other side of the arcade all the way to the front. You know what I'm trying to say? Like a U shape, like walkway. And every single time I would go to an arcade, I would walk the entire length of the arcade before I ever played a game. I would always check out every single game just real quick. I might stop a little longer on certain games or whatever, but I would have to walk the whole arcade at least once before I decided on a game I had to play. Unless there were exceptions. Unless I was, like, if I was walking and I saw something that I just had to play and it was available, I would stop and play it. Like if I was walking and they had the brand new, you know, like this happened. I remember this happening a few times. I remember this happened the first time I saw Street Fighter Alpha, and I was like, oh shit, I have to play Street Fighter Alpha for a long time. So I literally just played Street Fighter Alpha for like 2 hours. I can remember that happening. We were really into Neo Geo games, and my friends and I would play all the new, whatever it was that they were bringing out. And I can remember the first time I saw World Heroes 2 Perfect. We had played World Heroes 2, World Heroes 2 Jet, and then Perfect came out. We were like, holy crap. So I remember, and it was on one of those big screen Neo Geos with like the big screen, you know? And I can remember that was another game that I walked in, and when I saw that, I stopped, and that's the only thing I played. So I can remember that happening a few times. Ridge Racer was another one. Agreed, the sounds of arcade is definitely unlike anything else. Totally, yeah. I would stand and watch for a little bit before I jumped in for sure. Got to see if there's anything new. Dude, yeah, because it was always like, I mean, shit, man. It was the newest, best stuff. I mean, the home consoles were really cool, but they couldn't touch the arcade. The arcade was the movie theater for video games. All the best, newest stuff was there. Nothing on PC could touch arcade, and nothing on home console could touch arcade. Arcade was the best stuff by far. It wasn't even close. So you would go and you would just have to see what was there, you know. And cutting edge graphics, you know. I can remember first time I saw Sega Rally, you know, I was just like, holy shit. Or House of the Dead, you know. So many times I would see a game and just be like mesmerized because I'd never seen anything like it, you know. So I remember there was so many times you would see a game and you would be like, I never imagined video games could be this good, you know. I just never... you would... I don't know how many times that happened to me where I would just be completely blown away by what I saw at the arcade. A lot of times. This one was really cool. Me and my brother definitely enjoyed playing this and just watching it too. A lot of times you'd go to an arcade, you didn't have a whole lot of money, so you'd spend a lot of time just watching games. Good times. Sega Rally in an arcade was sweet, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I remember G-Lock. Remember G-Lock? It was in that big machine that was like a carnival ride. Like you'd get in it and it would like tilt back and forward and move left and right, and man, that was cool. Those big arcade machines that were like, they were like rides, you know, they weren't just like arcade games. That was amazing. We used to have a GameWorks arcade at the Grapevine Mills Mall here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area back in the late 90s and early 2000s. And it was the biggest arcade I'd ever seen. It was a 2-story arcade. It was a huge build, like it was part of the mall, so it was in the mall, but it was like a huge it was more than just a room. It was like several rooms, but like 2 stories tall. On the second story was all the retro arcade games, and on the first floor was all the newer stuff. And holy crap, I saw some stuff there. They had the biggest, craziest arcade games. They had cool shit, like they had like this setup with all these F1 racing, like F1 racers, like this F1 racing game, and it was like 6 or 7 or maybe more of these like mini little F1 cars, you know, stock cars that were everybody would get in, and each of them had its own screen, and then there was like a big screen, and they had a guy that worked there that had like a microphone and a speaker. And he would like do the play-by-play for the races when everybody would race on it. It was crazy. It was really cool. It's kind of pricey, but you know, you could get in there with all your friends, you know, 4 or 5 different people, and all be racing together. And that guy's sitting there doing a play-by-play of the race and everything. It was really cool. It was actually really cool. Yeah, they had some wild games, some stuff that I still don't really understand what it was. They had this one thing that had like this elevator thing, like you would sit in, and it was like a harness, like you would sit in like a carnival ride or something at like Six Flags, and like it would take you up and down this like I don't know, like almost like a pole, like you would go all the way up to the second floor and then down, and I don't know, it was like a light gun thing or something. I don't know what that was. I never played it, so I'm just going by memory, but they had some crazy stuff. Good times. They had so many light gun games. They had the light gun games with the regular pistols, and then you had like your Time Crisis, you know, which was really cool. And then they had these light gun games that had like these big ass like machine guns, these big green machine gun rifles, and they would shake when you would shoot them, and it's like 2 players flying around. Like I'm trying to remember. I think I might have that game for the Wii. I don't know if it's the same game, but I think it might be. I haven't even played it yet. I got it not too long ago. It is called Ghost Squad? I don't think that's the same game. I think the game I played was different. Ghost Squad is a sort of a light gun shooter for the Wii. I got it, but I haven't played it yet. But, yeah, they had some badass light gun games. House of the Dead 1 and 2. Those were amazing. And I got that for the Wii also. But I don't know. I really prefer real light guns, you know? Like, my Saturn has really good light guns. And I wish the Dreamcast light guns that I had were better, but they're just not very good. So I guess the best light gun experience I have is probably going to be Sega Saturn. But there's good light gun games on the NES, you know, the Master System. I mean, I even have the light gun for my Atari XE, which will work on the 7800. And I think I have a light gun, or maybe 2 light gun games for the 7800. That's pretty cool. Genesis had some good light gun games. Super Nintendo had a couple, but then it had the Super Scope, which was kind of like, not really a light gun. I mean, it was, but it was a very different experience. PlayStation 2 have really good light guns as well. Eating Pace says, yeah, I've got 2 to 3 guns for both Saturn, PS1. Yeah, hell yeah. There's some really good light gun games. Time Crisis 2. I never did get the light gun games for the PS3 with the Move controllers. I just never did do that. Elemental Gearbox on PS1 is really interesting if you haven't played it. I have not played that. That sounds good. I'll have to look into that one. Hopefully it's not too expensive. Light gun plus light RPG mechanics. That sounds pretty awesome. Oh, Area 51, yeah. Yeah, Saturn is so good, man. And it has really good light guns. I have one of the black Saturn light guns. I think it's the Japanese model. And then I have a sort of off-brand light gun for the Saturn that also work on PlayStation. And it has like auto fire and stuff. So I have 2 Saturn light guns and one that will work on PlayStation, sort of. I don't know if it won't really. I don't think it works for PlayStation 2 though. Like I don't think it'll work for like the PS2 light gun games. It's really expensive, or probably really expensive. Yeah, probably is. That's one thing I love about the Saturn is I can play anything. Okay, man, I've been streaming a while. I streamed several hours earlier doing Grand Theft Auto, just walking around. And I've gone another hour and a half here. I guess I need to go to bed. Just having a good time hanging out. I gotta start doing some more videos for the Atari Jaguar, the Jaguar. And then I want to do some more Neo Geo videos. I have my PS4 hooked up next to my computer here, so I can do this much easier for the stuff that I have on PS4, so that's definitely helpful. My Jaguar is sitting on top of my PS4. My Jaguar, excuse me, Jaguar. Oh. I always have all these ideas about videos and I want to do, or streams I want to do, and it's like, I don't know, it's too many things. I have too much crap, you know, with the Saturn, the 3DO, the Jaguar. I got my Atari XE sitting over here. I really like playing it, but I know that not everybody likes the older stuff like I do. But I do want to get to that stuff more. I just don't have enough time to do everything I really want to do. Too many games. Too many games. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to wrap up. Eating Paste, thank you for being here. Chris Courage, always enjoy hanging out with you. We will get back to more TurboGrafx stuff as well. Absolutely. There's so much TurboGrafx stuff to do. 1-Inch Bicep was here with us for a little while. I don't know if I missed anybody. If you're hanging out and I missed you, I apologize. I do that all the time. Sorry about that. But I have definitely enjoyed hanging out and just playing some Ninja Gaiden, the arcade game. It's pretty awesome. All right, guys, take care. If you can, get some rest. I'll talk to you again soon. We'll hang out again.